we're all currently paying different prices for the exact same thing. And this is because of a brand new thing called
surveillance pricing.
Surveillance pricing.
Surveillance pricing.
It's making life more expensive, with some people paying $1,200 more on groceries alone.
This is really across all sectors of American shopping.
I had never heard of this before, but it's like price tags are dead now. And even though 76% of people think it should be illegal, surveillance pricing is being used by more and more companies. And here's how it works. We kind of already know that for decades, corporations have collected our personal data to sell us targeted ads. But now that same data is being used with an AI algorithm to set the maximum possible price they think you'll pay, and a different maximum price they think I'll pay, and a different price for my mom and your mom, and a different price for every mom in America. This goes beyond just moms too, and I'll prove it. We're gonna buy the exact same product from the exact same store. Go to Target and buy Spam.
Okay.
How much is it?
$4.99.
My price is $4.59.
That's bullshit, dude.
We're gonna order the exact same ride.
Okay.
Scheduled for tomorrow at noon.
From where?
Do it from Target Field to the airport.
Here's my prices. $36.94 for the UberX.
Mine's $52.95. That is a 30% difference in price.
And for what? No difference.
Let's book the exact same hotel on the exact same night.
What's the name?
La Quinta Hotel, Denver.
Okay, $122.50.
$122.
Yeah.
My price is $84.
Wow. Wow.
With surveillance pricing or personalized pricing, people are very up in arms about the idea that they might be paying a different price than their neighbor for something.
That's Grace Getty, and she works for Consumer Reports. And with her help, I'm going to put this surveillance pricing system to the ultimate test and go to the most extreme lengths possible to game the system and trick these AI pricing algorithms in order to save as much money as possible. What the Is it possible to avoid personalized pricing?
Not really.
That's when I decided to dedicate my life for the next week to beat surveillance pricing, and my first mission would be to get a fresh start. Except that's almost impossible. Your information is scattered across thousands of invisible databases, meaning a terrifyingly accurate profile of you, me, and everyone else already exists.
So many companies are collecting data about you, your search history, what you've been reading online, what you've clicked on or hovered over, your location data, where you bring your devices. All of this data can be used to build a pretty detailed profile about you and what you might be willing to pay for individual items.
But I don't need to erase myself from the system, I just need to become someone else. And in order to buy things online and get purchasing power from a new credit card, I need a new social security number. But apparently that's not possible and actually kind of super illegal. So instead of becoming someone else, I became something else. In the US, a corporate entity gets an employer identification number, which is functionally a social security number for businesses. Plus, the law grants corporations almost the exact same rights as humans. So I used the Wyoming corporate loophole and hired a local proxy to form an LLC on my behalf. This is something you can actually do in the state of Wyoming to legally remove your real identity from the public record. So there is no possible chance that anybody would know that my name, Chris Parr, owns this LLC.
Nope, none at all. That's that extra layer of privacy you're looking for.
The guy on the phone, Ray, got the filing set up, leaving me with one final task: to name the entity. To trick the system, I needed a name that sounded like a guy who technically has cash, but whose visible lifestyle and digital footprint guarantees he will never show a high intent to purchase anything. Thank you so much, Ray. Appreciate it.
Thank you too.
I am Frank Reynolds LLC. Now that I had a new EIN number associated with Frank Reynolds LLC, I could get a credit card, which was actually super easy. And all I needed now was a dedicated device for Frank to make purchases on. But I had to be careful, because everything I do in Frank Reynolds' name now has to be carefully executed in order to trick big data. Maybe creating a new identity through the Wyoming corporate loophole isn't for everyone. Fortunately, there's a service that will get your data scrubbed from data brokers for you. And that's the sponsor of this video, Incogni. Because our data data is scattered everywhere online, being bought and sold by mysterious and shadowy data broker sites, you are unknowingly being taken advantage of based on your information, your data that's out there. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's required by law in a lot of states for data brokers to remove your information if you request it, but it is really hard to request it. Fortunately, Incogni does this work for you, removing you from literally hundreds of data broker sites all on your behalf. I actually tried to do this manually, but after hours and hours of finding where my data even was and navigating this bureaucratic nightmare, I actually couldn't even successfully get myself removed from one data broker company. Go to incogni.com/Chris the Producer today to sign up. It's really cheap, it's really easy, and you can get 60% off if you use the promo code Chris the Producer. And it's kind of just inevitable that we're exposed to data breaches like targeted phishing scams or identity theft risks. In fact, my information has been breached 10 times, and that's just from one email account. With Incogni's custom removal feature in the Unlimited plan and Family Unlimited plan, you can point to any people search site or any website where your personal information is visible, and one of their privacy agents will take care of the rest for you. Protect your privacy by going to incogni.com/Chris the Producer and use the promo code Chris the Producer for 60% off.
Orbitz, the travel aggregation website, started kind of determining that Mac users might be willing to pay more for hotels than PC users, steering Mac users towards pricier hotels.
And I didn't want pricier things, so I went to Walmart. Hey, excuse me, I'm just looking for the cheapest possible smartphone. Oh, $20? $19 for that one? This was the cheapest available smartphone, called the Track Phone, which was good because I actually wanted this thing to track everything I do and everywhere I go.
There's been some great investigative journalism by SFGate where they did a controlled experiment. They're looking at like a specific hotel room in New York City, and they found when they changed their IP address, the price per night for the hotel dropped by like $500 in one instance and $200 in another instance.
I can only assume that's because people from the Bay Area generally have a higher income than wherever they change their IP address to. So I headed to the lowest income zip code in Minnesota to activate to activate Frank's phone. Unfortunately, it's right next to where I live, so I guess that's a good thing for this. So I got a parking spot right next to this place called Hard Times Cafe. They have really good biscuits and gravy. Anyway, I activated the new phone and opted in to all possible tracking options. We are going to give this phone access to everything that we are doing. Our location, our app usage, our battery, absolutely everything. And then I went onto Instacart and ordered the exact same box of Pampers diapers for my toddler, not me, on both my phone and Frank Reynolds' new Track Phone. This is the Track Phone, $34.99. Right there, and my phone has the same exact product from the same exact store for $28.99. The price for Frank Reynolds was $6 more. I had used a corporate loophole to create an entirely new identity, set up a new bank account, and gotten a new credit card just to pay 20% more for the exact same thing. I had failed. And maybe surveillance pricing wasn't even that bad. Maybe the people can benefit from this. But that's when I remembered what Grace told me.
I think companies benefit from this. I mean, companies don't tend to pursue new pricing tactics unless they think it'll increase their profits.
So yeah, I didn't fail. We're just getting going here. What did you think? We're only like halfway through the video. Plus this Track Phone, Frank's Track Phone, didn't really have any data on it. Frank's life had only just begun. It has zero history, one location data point, and no cookies or whatever that's called. I hadn't actually tried to game the system yet. But I had come to realize I'm not Frank Reynolds, and I would never be. I'm Chris, the producer, and what I needed was an actor to become Frank Reynolds. So I made a casting call on Craigslist seeking an improv actor who could portray the person with the lowest intent to buy literally anything. I received hundreds of applicants, but only one person was perfect.
Hello, Comrade Tripp here. I'm still here in Minneapolis.
Comrade was in, so we arranged to meet at a parking lot. Hey. How's it going?
Okay. I'll take any direction you have.
I needed to give Comrade direction on how to look entirely uninterested in buying things. The only problem was I had absolutely no idea how to do that.
So, I mean, pricing algorithms are typically black boxes to anyone who doesn't work at the company, and we never know kind of all of the inputs that are going into a price.
But there was one word that kept popping up every article I read: data. And what's maybe most responsible for this surveillance capitalism might just be data brokers. So, to find out what data they are collecting and learn more about this pricing system, I reached out to 50 data broker companies. Which, by the way, there's like thousands, literally thousands of these companies that we know nothing about, and the industry is worth somewhere in the hundreds of billions. Nobody responded. Literally, not one response, not even a no. But I did find a guy named David Dayan who actually invented the phrase surveillance pricing. Hey David, how's it going?
Okay, how are you?
Surely he would know how this system works. I sent emails to 50 companies. Do you think these companies don't want you to know?
Oh, 100%, because that's the only way they can get away with it.
I guess from what you know, like what data goes into setting someone's price?
That includes browser information. It includes your location. Could include your financial history through your bank account, past transactions that you've made with the company. Data brokers can take that information, bundle it up, and sell it to other companies. Kroger has data profiles that are 63 pages long on average on individuals.
On each person?
On each person, yes.
So I guess it's just all data. So I told Comrade to just do whatever it takes to become Frank Reynolds, the person with the lowest intent to buy anything to trick the data. I gave him Frank's phone and Frank's credit card, and then he went out into the world. What he didn't know is that I would follow his every move. I mean, how else was I going to capture Frank Reynolds tricking big data? Excuse me, is there a guy waiting at the bus stop there in a vest? Okay, thank you. There he is. He's getting on the bus. Where are you going, Frank? Frank downloaded the MTA app, but I found out later he never actually made a purchase on it.
Oh,
Go ahead.
oh, thank you.
Which is genius, giving signals to the data being collected that he's really not wanting to purchase anything. And then I lost him. But I was prepared for this. Before filming, I put a tracking device on his microphone that he's wearing so I could track his every move. He's in McDonald's right now. While Frank was in McDonald's, he downloaded the McDonald's app, then Googled cheapest item at McDonald's. And then, again, he didn't buy anything and just asked for water.
Hi, I just wanted a water.
Water?
Yeah, there's, please.
I promise there's a point to all this. Frank basically walked around for a few hours in Dinkytown, where all the poor college kids live, going business to business, asking and searching on his phone for free stuff.
I was wondering how much would just a cup of brown rice be?
Just a cup of brown rice is free.
Oh, okay.
He did buy a single banana from the Target app and gave it to these guys. Hey, did that guy just give you something?
Oh, just give me a banana. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's nice. And he went into great clips.
I don't think you can help me at all, actually. Yeah.
But anyway, after doing all of this stuff, we met back at the car, and I was pretty skeptical this would change the price at all. But then I remembered how terrifyingly accurate big data is.
It's very precise. One of my favorite stories around this story of a woman who started to get web ads, things like diapers and bassinets and just, stuff for a new mother. And she's like, this is ridiculous. I'm not pregnant. Well, she learned like 4 days later that she was pregnant. And the company knew, based on various pieces of data and her spending habits, they knew she was pregnant before she did.
Don't like that at all. So yeah, the track phone is picking up Frank's every move, purchase, and abandoned cart.
So I only spent 39 cents today.
And we were about to see if everything he just did would change his prices compared to my phone.
We're gonna test the Uber, right?
Yeah, okay, go from here to Union Depot.
Yeah, about $3 cheaper for Uber X.
So that phone is $3 cheaper?
Yeah, and then $1 cheaper for Wait and Save.
Why they're all different? On average, Frank's prices on Uber were 11% lower, which was good, but we can do better, and I think I know how to do it.
Oh, here you go.
What's this?
Yeah, never pay for sugar.
Frank was probably being perceived by big data as being low income, but that's not necessarily going to get you the lowest possible prices.
Willingness to pay doesn't necessarily correlate with income. Staples online was charging higher prices in certain zip codes. And those zip codes were areas that didn't have a hardware store around them. And those correlated pretty well with lower income communities. So lower income communities in those zip codes were getting charged higher prices because they were desperate. There's no other way to get a stapler.
So I wanted to do the ultimate price test and trick big data again, but this time by becoming super rich. But I guess I've never been rich before, so I didn't really know how to do that, and I didn't have time to build and scale a business to own equity or whatever. So I figured I just needed to go to a zip code that only rich people can go to. Fortunately, that place exists. I made a video about this a few months ago. It's a private city called North Oaks, which ranks as the wealthiest city in Minnesota. You literally have to live there to go into the city or be an invited guest. It's also the only municipality in America that's not on Google Street View because not even the Google car can go into the city limits. So in that video I made a few months ago, I flew a drone over the city in order to put it onto Google Maps. And after publishing that video, I got a legal letter from the city banning me from entering North Oaks property. So I can't just go into North Oaks to test prices. But I had an idea to get around this.
Do you think people in North Oaks are cheaper than people not in North Oaks?
I mean, that's how they afford to live there, I hope.
There was only one way to find out, so I bought a phone mount and strapped it to the bottom of my drone and headed for the border of North Oaks.
What's up, dude?
Good to see you, man.
Actually, first I had to pick up my friend KJ. I needed him for something super important, and then we headed to the border of North Oaks.
So that is North Oaks right there, but technically we are on public property. This is like I think it's like a state highway or something right here, so.
I put Frank's phone onto the drone and had KJ call me.
You're in. Okay, take over.
Then I gave him access to remotely control my phone, which is something you can do if you're like a boomer and need tech help. But in this case, we were going to use it to make a purchase from inside of North Oaks.
Because we can't touch the phone once it's like in the air, right?
Yeah.
All right, we got to get this thing in the air.
Okay.
Whoa.
And then, just like I did to put North Oaks onto Google Maps Street View, I flew the drone into unrestricted airspace across the border from what's above North Oaks property. We had now entered into the highest income zip code in Minnesota.
Not we, the phone is.
So then, using KJ's phone to remotely access Frank, we ordered an Uber from inside of North Oaks to the Mall of America.
It's $54.95.
Then, using KJ's phone, we ordered the exact same Uber ride to the Mall of America from where we were sitting.
What? It's $75.96. What the? That's $21 more.
Which adds up to a 28% decrease in price from inside the city of North Oaks.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Okay, what else can we test?
And actually, before we keep going, I want to be fully transparent about our process. While testing prices during the other two tests, over half of the time, prices were the same or really similar for Frank and myself. I just picked out the biggest price differences to illustrate the point that surveillance pricing is already happening. But in North Oaks, the only tests I did had massive price differences.
Let's do DoorDash. What should we order?
White Castle?
A Crave case. That is 30 sliders.
While ordering from Frank, who was hovering over North Oaks, the price was
$39.47. Here, you do it.
And the price for KJ's phone outside of North Oaks, where we were sitting on the highway, was
$47.25.
What in the?
Resulting in a 19% decrease in price from inside the city of North Oaks. And by the way, my hunch is this price difference has nothing to do with White Castle, the best operated company in the world, but because DoorDash is pretty well known for using personal data to price gouge.
So you're telling me one of the richest communities in the state gets a discount? And Frank Reynolds.
The weirdest thing about all of this is we have no understanding as to what's going on behind the scenes. There's seemingly no rhyme or reason for the difference in prices. And that's precisely why it's objectively unfair to us as consumers.
But the reality is that government needs to step in with some rules, because you're just, as an individual consumer, you're not going to be able to fight this system alone. And there are introductions of these kinds of bills in, I think, 20 other states.
Well, I think there's only one thing we can do now. What's that?